Hello, and welcome to Trading Without Fear. Not many people talk about the effects that your mental health has on your trading. Is your self-talk mostly negative? When you think about what you have in life, do you feel like you're already successful? Codependency is an emotional and behavioral condition that affects an individual's ability to have healthy, mutually satisfying relationships. Codependency is based on insecurities within yourself. Most codependence traits are formed during your childhood and are in your subconscious mind. Some codependents can rely on the use of drugs or alcohol to hide the pain of who they feel they really are. Other codependents will attach themselves to a person in an unhealthy relationship. Mark Douglas once said that the result of your trading is a reflection of how you feel about yourself. Mark Douglas talks about these and refers to these as beliefs. I totally agree with him, but I'll take a little bit further. I believe that the results of your trades are also the results of your insecurities coming from your codependency. Codependency in reality is not about the relationships or drug or alcohol abuse. No, the codependent uses these as a means to feel better about themselves. Do you always compare yourself to others? Do you look at somebody like Jack Kellogg or Marianne and say, I would have what they have only if? Your mindset is a critical part of trading psychology. All trading errors are a symptom of what you feel about yourself. Do you find yourself getting into a trade too early and taking a loss to see the perfect trade form and you can't get back in? What about hesitating until the trade starts to work out in your favor? You jump in, chase the move, and you end up taking a loss or limiting the potential outcome of the trade. Trading psychology is about the beliefs and insecurities about yourself. These insecurities are all based on fear. Mark Douglas says, fear narrows our focus of attention onto the object of our fear until we cause the very thing we're trying to avoid. Many traders start trading because they can see the unlimited potential the market has to offer. But what about how you feel about yourself? What level is your mental health? Having a scarcity mindset limits your abilities to take from the market on a consistent basis what you are worth. Is your happiness for the day dependent on the outcome of the trade? Or what about your life goals? Are you only going to be happy if you become a successful trader? Have you attached yourself to the identity as a trader? Attaching yourself to someone or something is a codependency trait. If you need the trade to work, are you seeking validation for the market for something you're missing in your life? And if so, what do you feel is missing? Have you ever wondered why some people have an easy time with life or trading? They seem to just pick it up and run with it with no problems. People like Jack Kellogg and Mariana seem to have very little to no problems that other traders seem to have, while other traders struggle for years. Codependents have an unhealthy need to be needed or valued. Trading can offer moments of validation to codependents. If you are a boom and bust trader, it is in my belief that you're suffering from codependency in some form of your life, and that's preventing you from achieving your goals. How to control the scarcity mindset? In the scarcity mindset, we are in the state of fear. When we are fearful, we lose control. Think about it like this. Have you ever been in a relationship and as a person is starting to break up with you, you become fearful that they're going to leave and that you want to get them back. So you start acting in a way that is fearful. You start begging for them. You start pleading with them. You start saying, hey, I know that things can change, and you want them back. That's all reaction out of fear. Now, if you think about it like trading, when you review your trades, is the outcome of your trade and what you know about trading lining up? Do you often feel lost or even confused as to why you're losing and when you're trading? We go into a level of thinking, if only I had more money, more education, or that person is only successful because they have help from XYZ trader. What makes a successful trader successful is their mental health and what they think about themselves. Living your life in the scarcity mindset or lack often comes from something else we have ignored. Scarcity is deeper than just the surface, and you need to find out what the root cause of your emotions are. The codependent person's sense of self-worth comes from validation. They do not have a solid concept of who they are, and the codependent person eventually loses all sense of self and attaches their identity to something or someone. Have you ever met someone who, no matter what the topic is, always brings back to trading? Or maybe even something else that they're doing in their lives. Maybe real estate, for example. I know a person that all they talk about is this real estate thing that they're doing. For years, no matter what the topic is, they somehow relate it back to real estate. Are you this person? If so, you probably are codependent. Is your self-worth and identity wrapped around what you do and not who you are? Oftentimes, a codependent will even attach themselves to a personality trait that they have. I am my depression. I am this golfer. I am my insecurities. And that's not who they are, but they still attach themselves to that. Your trading behaviors are a reflection of your mental health. To get more clarity of what's going on in your head, get a notebook out and start asking yourself a question and start writing. You can ask yourself any question you want. You can ask yourself, why do I feel this way about myself? Write down until you can't write anymore. Then read through what you have just wrote and break it down. For example, if you're asking why I can't do XYZ in trading, and you start writing about your spouse or your work or life situation, maybe that's your real problem. Break that down and write down whatever it is. Maybe it's your spouse or your work or your life situation, and break that down a little bit further. You may be shocked to find out what you truly feel. Keep in mind that if you're asking why I can't do XYZ in trading, that might not be the right question to ask. Another tip that you might want to know is if you're experiencing similarity over and over and over again, such as your spouse, your relationship, your work, or something that continuously comes up as you do this exercise, that problem may be your underlying problem that you need to work on. If someone or something else keeps coming up, that is your real problem, and you should focus all your efforts on asking the questions about that and maybe start to focus on that in your life. Fear creates delusions. Codependents live in fear. Fear of losing the one that they love, the fear that they lose the one that they have attached themselves to, or even the fear of identity of who they believe they are. Living in fear, scarcity, or lack causes you to not be in reality. Trading psychology is no different. It's your mental health. We are consumed by the story that we create in our minds, how we feel after a good trade, or what life we can live with the money that we made. We create delusions that satisfy our needs when it projects them into the market, hoping the market will fulfill our needs and make us feel better about ourselves. Let's look at some new traders like Jack Kellogg and Mariana again. Have you ever wondered why they seem to have picked up trading with very few problems and were able to do well at it in a very short period of time? It's not about who they are learning from, or even the system that they trade with, or even the indicators they use. No, what it is much deeper than that. It's about what they believe about themselves. When we lose control, we seek out information to validate ourselves. Do you feel like you have lost in your trading journey? And no matter what you do, you still feel like you're confused and you just don't understand why you're not trading well? This could be a symptom of how you feel on the inside. Think about it for a moment. What is going on in your life? Have you recently gone through a breakup or gone through a divorce? Do you currently have relationship problems? What about your work stress or even financial stresses? Have you lost a loved one? There's so much more that can impact your mental health and how you view yourself. Successful trading is all about confidence. Confident traders know how they will act or react to any market situation, and they know they will always act in their own best interest. Gaining confidence in your system is a must. Now let's ask yourself, are you a confident person outside of trading? What about your relationships? Are you confident in those? Do you feel like you're good enough, smart enough, or even pretty enough? Not as a trader, but as yourself personally. How often do you think about yourself as a loser or maybe not even good enough in your life? We all have thoughts, and for most they are negative. Now, if you believe that what you think and how you feel creates the same reality based on the same habitual routines, then you will also have to believe that what you feel about yourself will create the same feeling within the market. An example could be cutting losses. So many traders find such an easy task, something so hard to do, when a handful of traders have never had that problem. Jack Kellogg has mentioned that he's never had an issue with cutting his losses. Have you ever wondered why that is? Could this be the result of a codependent trait? Something like you think you're not quite good enough, or even ignoring problems and pretend they aren't happening. Both of those are codependency traits. Mental health is about loving yourself. The true reason why consistently profitable traders are successful is because of how they value themselves above anyone or anything. You need to find internal and external happiness in yourself before you can take money from the market consistently. Now, everyone watching this, I want you to do something with me. Close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath in through your nose and hold it for about 5 seconds and then exhale. Keep breathing like this for a moment, and while you're breathing, I want you to think of the person you love the most. I want you to tell them exactly why you love them. I want you to promise them that you will continue loving them. And I want you to tell them that you love them now. And when you are ready, you can open your eyes. I don't know who you imagined, but the person you should always envision is yourself. True love starts with you, and true love ends with you. If you are interested in learning about your own codependency traits and how you can possibly fix them, I'll put a link below to Melanie Betty's Codependency No More book. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.